Sweet. Okay, go ahead. You can press the record button when you're ready.
Got it.
Okay, cool. Hold on a minute. Let me make sure everybody's muted out. Okay, we're muted. We're recording. We're going to get started. Erin, you're going to have to actually unmute yourself. I am so excited, and I know all of you guys are. You've got a lot of like fan stalkers on here, Erin. I was just thinking, I love your name. Like, that's a rock star name, Erin Aponte. Like, you had to do something great in life with that name. And you chose network marketing, which is amazing. I am so excited. I have no voice. All I've been doing is calls all weekend. But I am so excited to have you on. And as soon as I put out there that you were going to be on today's call, I had more responses than I've ever had. I know a lot of us stalk you. I am so excited just to hear your story because I don't really know your background, your story. Like, how did you find network marketing? Was this your first company? I want you to start from like the beginning and fill us in on who you are, how you found this industry, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you asking me to be on. My voice is not low because it's the weekend. I have a bunch of weekend warriors on my team. They was like, oh, it's the weekend. Take it off. So I got a fresh voice for you guys today. But all jokes aside, no, this is my first rodeo. I did not look for network marketing. It found me. I actually was one of those extremely negative, nasty, skeptic guys that thought this industry was a pyramid scheme. Ironic, right? Like fast forward 5 years later, and I'm preaching to everybody in the world like network marketing is the best way to go, the best route in life to go. I came on board very, very skeptic and actually just ironic. I wasn't looking for this. I got extremely lucky. My old boss, AKA sponsor, introduced me to it by just luck. She knows a personal trainer. Been a trainer for about 11 years. I actually still train part-time just because it allows me to be in front of a lot of people, and I really do like training people. I like torturing people. But it allows me to network with people every single day, which is always a positive. And I'll share with you guys on how I'm able to constantly get new influx of business, you know, being able to network in person. But she introduced me. She said, listen, I trust your expertise. You know supplementation. I want to introduce a new product called the Thrive Experience. Have you ever heard of it? I said no. And when this first came out, guys, I thought it was like the biggest joke ever. Because you got to understand, like 5 years ago, this was not seen anywhere. Social media had, the Thrive Experience had no social media presence at all. And so think about it. We had the original green DFT, and it looked like a sticker. Like it was just plain, and it was like just real original. I'm like, I do not want to put that on my body. I don't want people to think I went to this bad, part of my life where I'm smoking. I'm trying to quit smoking. That's what I thought it was. Like, I had no clue it was vitamins and minerals. I never heard of dermofusion technology. So therefore, I was like, nope, not interested. But I was lucky because she didn't take my first no for an answer, which is good for each and every one of you guys. If somebody ever told you no and you're like, moving on, that's it, have a nice life, I'll never speak to you again. She didn't take my first no for an answer. And so she kept telling me how amazing she felt. And she was like, listen, you just have to experience it for yourself. She didn't say try. She used the word experience. You have to experience it for yourself. And she sold me on the sample. She was like, give it a shot. Just see what it can do for you. You never know. If it works, great. If it doesn't, at least you said yes. So I took the sample home with me. I dissected it, literally broke it down, every single ingredient. Guys, don't do that ever. It's 4 hours of my life I can never get back. But I was like, wow, this is interesting. Simplicity. But I loved how just the formulation of it was. And so I gave it a shot, but I didn't feel anything. This is pretty cool. I didn't feel anything. It ever happened to you guys where you sample somebody like, didn't feel anything, and then you move on, right? You're like, oh, well, thanks for trying. Thanks for giving it a shot. What she did then was put me on a 3-way call, turned into a 4-way call. I was such a hard-headed guy. Y'all have no idea. Like, I was the worst 3-way call you could ever be on a phone with. That they ended up having to call another woman. Like, they needed, like, extra support. I'm surprised they didn't call Paul and be like, hey, Paul, I need to talk to this hardhead.
I am dying right now.
So they literally put me on a 3-way call, turned it to a 4-way call because it was another trainer. And she's like, hey, Erin, let's be real. Let's talk trainer to trainer. you know 2 days is not going to do anything for your body. So stop acting like you're going to go ahead and quit on it. So I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. She was like, give it a month shot. What do you have to lose? I said, nothing. I'm already broke. I'm tired. I'm miserable. I got nothing to lose, really. So I gave it a shot. But one thing they convinced me to do, guys, was sign up for free as a promoter. Mind you, I had no experience in network marketing, but I heard one word that really stood out, and it's free. Everything in life that's free is better, right? You ever got food for free and you're like, man, this food tastes better. It's free. It could be the same place you ate 20 times in a row, but all of a sudden that place gives you the food for free and you're like, man, this food tastes better. You must put some new ingredients in. So I said, screw it. I signed up for free, ordered my package. It arrived 9 days later. Some of y'all like, wait, what? Imagine, like, you guys have it made now where you got the 2-day shipping. We had it 5-day shipping, and I ordered in a storm, a winter storm, got my product 9 days in. Guess what happened to my VIP? Went out the window, guys. I didn't hit my VIP. Didn't hit 800, 1600. Didn't receive my free iPad in the mail. Back then, 5 years ago, they were mailing us iPads. Didn't get any of that. But I was real skeptic. I didn't tell nobody about it. Didn't even post it on Facebook, nothing. And so when I finally got the product in first day, same thing, nothing. Second day, nothing. Third day, I felt it. That is when I had that euphoric feeling that we always share with other people. I felt that day 3 changed my life. That's when I knew this 3 simple steps was something that was going to be long-term for me. I started to feel like energy. I slept better. I had mental clarity. And I started to just feel my overall self. I stopped being negative, nasty, being a more positive person. 7 days in, I knew I was going to share this with people. But here's what happened. I waited so long to share this with people. I waited till Christmas. Guys, y'all experience Christmas. Isn't it fun when everybody's like, oh, I'll wait till New Year's. No, I need you to do now. No, I'll wait till New Year's. So that's what I did experience, but I got lucky. I had 2 people that were really good friends of mine order. I ended up getting next month free. What happened then? January 2014, I was all in. At least I said, I'm going all in. I have nothing to lose. My job is still there. That's not going anywhere. But this opportunity is with or without me. And the moment I realized I set my mindset up, I was going to give it my all. I was going to sacrifice time, TV time, internet time, you name it, even family time, which is something I could definitely share with you guys what I did. I had to work this business 2 hours a day. Actually, the funny thing is I couldn't work it at my job because my sponsor was my boss. She was watching me on the desk, like, messaging people. She's like, hey, you can't do that at work, right? I'm like, hell, you the one that, introduced me to this and you tell me I can't work it? But it ended up being a good thing for me because I learned how to use my time better. And so I crunched literally 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and made the best of my 2 hours. It always reminds me of that scene in Pursuit of Happiness when he's on the phone and he has to call 10 people faster than everybody else in the office. That was me. I was texting faster. I was calling more people because I only had a 2-hour window to get as many people as I can on this experience. But what ended up happening, at least I fell in love. I started falling in love with sharing it with people, just helping people feel better. 2 months into the company, not 2 months, excuse me, I'm lying to you. 3 months, guys, we hit 12K. February 28, 2014, we hit 12K. I was driving an old Dodge Avenger, like straight up, like you could roll the windows down kind of car. And so somebody, when they told me, Mario reached out to me and said, hey, you hit your 12K auto bonus? I was like, what is that? That's crazy. And so when I started seeing that come in, I started to realize how big this company truly is and how blessed we are. Started sharing it, kept sharing it. People kept seeing the results. I kept changing physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. I kept changing, and that's what kind of kept them coming on board. One thing I will tell you guys, I was consistent with this experience. I kept sharing. I never stopped. If you went on my Facebook Monday through Sunday, you saw me sharing something. And so as time went on, our team eventually, I eventually walked away from an 8-to-5 job. 6 months into promoting this, I was done. I made more money doing this part-time than I did at my full-time salary job. I was like, why the hell am I even still here? I hate this job. So I walked away. I chucked 2 fingers up at my old boss, AKA my sponsor. She wasn't happy about that, but I was happy that she introduced me. And that was it. 10 months into this business, no experience, guys. We hit the top rank in the company. 10 months in, we hit the top rank in the company. No experience whatsoever, just learned as I went along. I got on trainings like this. I got on every single Tuesday and Thursday phone call Lavelle had. If there was somebody else was doing a call, I was hopping on other people's team calls. I'm like, hey, I know you don't know me. I was just hopping on calls. I was learning from every single, 200K in Lavelle because I wanted to be where they were at. I was just sitting back learning, taking notes, writing things down. I had a big journal when I first started this journey that it was nonstop notes. I'm like, oh, this person's doing this, and I'll never forget Sheila Fasoni, 5 years ago, she said this, and I told her this not that long ago. 5 years ago, she said, I don't stop working until I finish my daily tasks. I don't stop working until I finish my daily tasks. Doesn't matter what time that may be. If I'm saying I'm going to get 4 free accounts, I don't stop till I get 4 free accounts. And that struck a chord with me because I was working this 2-hour window, but if I didn't finish, I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it the next day. When she said that, I didn't stop working until I got whatever I set out to accomplish that day. And all I started doing was teaching our team the exact same thing. Keep going until, you reach your goal that you want to accomplish that day. Little small goals are going to equal larger rewards at the end. And hasn't changed 5 years later, guys. I still have that same mentality, still have that same approach. I don't stop learning. I don't stop working until I reach my daily goals and whatever that may be. So that's my journey, 5 years in. And of course, 5 years has been just an amazing ride. Retired my wife 2 years ago. We bought our dream home end of 2017. Been featured in a few magazines. I got one of them finally in the back right behind me. I finally got it plaqued up. The first ever Thriver magazine, got featured in that. Super close. I'm about 2 paychecks away from millionaire status, which is freaking awesome. 2 or 1 paycheck away. I'm not sure. I think it's going to be most likely 2. So it's been an amazing, amazing ride. I can't complain. Our team is growing constantly. Just enjoying this journey and enjoying being on this ride with so many amazing people and meeting all you guys and just being on this. It's been a phenomenal 5 years. It really has.
Well, all I have to say is I'm about to quit and resign, because that's how excited I am right now. You have just like that presence that gets everybody so excited. That's why, I get why everybody follows you. And you're just so, it's like you're just as excited now as you probably were when you signed up 5 years ago. And I think that that's what it takes. It really does. Because we all have crap days, and I'm sure not every day is sunshine and rainbows. And there's probably days where you're like, I really don't want to do this. But at the end of it all, it does take that same excitement over and over again. It always reminds me of a relationship. You're married for 10 years. Not every day of that is amazing. And there's some times where you're like, what the heck? But then that feeling comes back around and you know why you're in it. And I think it's kind of the same way with this kind of business. I am so excited to just pick your brain and figure out how you work this. And I love what you just said. Setting goals, I think, is so huge. And that's what that just struck a chord with me, because it's been a while since I said, this is what I'm going to do today, and I'm not going to bed if I don't. That makes me just want to go, you know what? That's what I was doing before. I haven't done that in a hot minute. I'll make my schedule, and if I don't get something done, I'm like, okay, no big deal. But that is where I need to be right now. So thank you for that, for me personally. I would love to just hear, what did that look like when you were talking about you only had 2 hours? Because I had people on here, they're still working. They're trying to, we've got a lot of 40Ks on here that are trying to get to that 80K, 200K so they can quit their job. And they're trying to figure out, how do I do it all with kids and working full time? And you know what else I love you said that I cannot wait to hear about? You're kind of like me. You build your business out and about. Social media never was big for me. I like to talk to people. I like to get out there. And I love that you said you didn't quit your job. You still train part-time because you get in front of people. And I think sometimes people quit work too soon. They take themselves away from people, and then they start to see it go downhill. So I want to hear all about it. Just talk.
I'm reading. Somebody just said something right now, and I'm gonna really give you an awesome feedback. So somebody just said, I'm terrified face to face. I made a video earlier today about the butterfly effect on how butterflies are produced, and it's pretty amazing that butterflies, just how they evolve. But the stage 3 where butterflies really take off and become that beautiful butterfly is when they're in the cocoon. And that's where most people stay at in stage 3 in their life. They are terrified to do something outside their comfort zone. And so, Katie, I'm going to talk to you on this real quick, is you have to get past stage 3 to show the world how beautiful you truly are. Meaning, show the world your light on what you want to share and inspire with others. If you hold on to stage 3, meaning I am scared to talk face to face, I'm scared to go live, I'm scared to share my experience, I'm scared to tell somebody, a brand new stranger that comes across my path, I'm scared to share with them what I'm currently doing, you're never going to get out of your cocoon. You're never going to get out of your bubble, and you're never going to see the world for what truly exists. And that happens so many times. I see it so many times in life where people limit themselves. I'm scared of something. I'm scared to grow. I'm scared of lives. I'm scared of face to face. I'm scared to talk to a stranger. And in reality, what is fear? Fear, honestly, is fear itself. So therefore, what are you afraid of? Nobody's going to hurt you if you say, hey, listen, let me share something with you that's changed my life. If they say no, at least you continue to keep pushing forward because you know you are so just 100% all engaged in what you love doing. Like, I love sharing this experience. I love this experience, like, with all my heart. So therefore, I don't fear sharing it. I don't fear somebody telling me no, because at the end of the day, I'm expecting somebody to say no. But if I don't ever share it, and I'm not doing my job, my part, because I'm keeping this to myself. And when people keep stuff to themselves, chances are that's kind of more along the lines selfish, be honest. Like, you know you feel amazing. You know you love the way you feel. You know that this is the best product on earth. There's no even doubt in your mind. Why not share it with somebody? Why keep it to yourself? Why not share it with that stranger? Why not share it with the next person, somebody on your social media? What are you afraid of? People telling you no? You guys see where I'm going with that? So to me, that's one of the biggest things. When somebody says, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. What are you afraid of? If you love this product and you know that this company is the best company in network marketing, you should not fear telling somebody about it. You should not fear sharing it with somebody. You should just keep pushing forward. That's why I love being around people in person. I'm a big time people person. And look what happened to Facebook Wednesday. It's shut down. What happens if Facebook disappears? How are you going to grow your business then? You have to get outside of your comfort zone one way or another. Oh, Facebook's all of a sudden changing. What do I do next? Adjust with that change. You just don't stay stuck in the same path and say, oh crap, Facebook shut down. What do I do next? You know why people stop and don't grow? Because they get comfortable and they stay in their little bubble and they're like, oh crap, what do I do? Oh, Facebook's down. I guess I'm not working today. If you guys want to get to that 80, to that 200K, you got to be willing to do what others don't want to do to get what others can't get. And to me, that was my mindset 5 years ago. I had to be willing to do what most wouldn't do to get where I wanted to go. And that was what changed. I have kids. I have a busy schedule. I had a job. I had a part-time job, mind you, 2 jobs, and then this business. Yet I knew I wanted out so bad that all I would do was eat, sleep, and breathe sharing this product, because I knew the end game. I knew what I wanted outside of this. I looked at the bigger picture. I didn't look at the current picture. I looked at the bigger picture. Guys, you have to write down your goals, not just for today, not just for tomorrow, but next month, next year. Where do you see yourself? If you don't vision yourself being out of your job, you're not getting out of your job. If you don't vision yourself being a 200K, you're not going to be a 200K. If you don't vision being yourself a millionaire, you're not going to be a millionaire. You have to see yourself there, put yourself in that position, and then work your butt off to get there. That's what's going to get you to that spot. It didn't happen overnight, and it's not going to happen. If somebody tells you, hey, it's easy, this is easy to do. No, it's not. Nothing good ever comes from easy. That's the God honest truth. If you want something bad enough, you got to be doing whatever you can to get there. And I'm telling you right now, if what you want out of your job, you want to be a 200K, a millionaire, that got to make you cry. When you think about it, you got to be in tears like, I want this so bad that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. That's what has to happen to you. When I wanted out of my job, I was crying because I wanted out of my job so bad. Grown man, guys, crying because I knew I wanted out of my job so bad. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to pick my kids up when I can, whenever I wanted to, and not worry about somebody else taking care of my kids. That, ladies, mothers, fathers, if you're hearing me and you're tired of taking your kids to childcare, tired of somebody else watching your kids while you go to a job you don't like, that should make you cry and say, I want out so I could give him the best life. I could give him more of me instead of just the rest of me. Guys, think about what I'm sharing with you. And so that was me 5 years ago. And now to this day, when people ask me, what do you think about being a millionaire? I literally, it takes everything in me not to cry because of what I went through, because of my journey. I don't look at millionaire status like, oh man, that's cool. I look at it like I went through so much and overcame so much adversity that it's more than just a status. It's to say, if I can do it, why can't you? If I came from nothing and all of a sudden I reached this top, why can't you? And I'm looking to inspire somebody else. So guys, think about it for a second there. If you really want out, what are you doing to get out? Are you holding yourself back? Do you really want it that bad, or are you telling yourself you want it that bad? Are you really sacrificing time, or are you taking off on the weekends knowing you could give it more? Are you waking up earlier? Are you going to bed later? Are you grinding like you say you're grinding? Are you giving it your all? That's what's going to get you to 200K. That's what's going to get you out of that job. You got to want it so bad. It got to make you cry, guys. It really does. If it doesn't make you cry, you don't want it bad enough. You just think you do. When I tell myself I want something bad enough, it makes me cry. When I think about millionaire status, it makes me cry. I'm in the gym working out, thinking about millionaire status, and I'm like, man, come on, man. Guys are around me. I'm over here working out, tears coming down my face. You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Because I want it bad enough. That's how you should want it. That's what should drive you and motivate you and move you. That's what's going to get you where you want to go. And I see it time and time again. Somebody tells me, Erin, my why is my kids. Your kids are your world. Ain't no running around it. I don't care where you're working, what you're doing. Your kids, you can do anything for your kids anyway, point blank. You're going to go to that 8-to-5 job, 9-to-5 job, regardless for your kids anyway. But something's got to move you past that. And what moved me past that 5 years ago was knowing I was so tired of asking somebody else permission to be with my kids. My kids are sick. Hey, boss, let me go ahead and ask you permission for me to take care of my kids. Are you kidding me? I was tired of that. Oh, I can't see my kids' school events because I'm at work. I was tired of that. So when you get tired of something so bad, it's got to move you. It's got to motivate you. It's got to make you want to say, screw this. I'm going to sacrifice time. No more TV time. No more video games time. No more Facebook time, floating on Facebook, scrolling. No more of that. I'm going to grind. I'm going to give this my all. Guys, that's what I did to get here. And it wasn't easy. I see this time and time again. Someone says, oh, man, it's easy to get to the top. The hell it is easy. Have you been there? Have you been on that journey? It's not easy. It isn't. And if somebody tells you it's easy, they're looking at you in your face lying, guys. It's not easy. There is a lot of sacrifice. There is a lot of time invested in it. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? 100%. I wake up motivated as if somebody's trying to steal this away from me. That's how I work this business. Honestly, Lisa, that's the God honest truth. I work this business every day like somebody's trying to steal it from me. I look at it, parents, I look at it in this perspective. If you're with your kids and somebody's trying to grab your kid, you're going to rip that person's arm off. You ain't taking my kids. That's my kid. I work this business like somebody's trying to steal it every single day because this is my dreams. This is my life. This is how I work it. Work it every single day like somebody's trying to steal it from you. And in the essence, the only person that's stealing it from you is yourself if you don't push yourself. The only person that's stealing from you is you if you don't give it your all. So look at it like that. Parents, if you got kids, you're like, ain't nobody can touch my kids. But at the end of the day, why aren't you giving it your all? Why aren't you pushing yourself to your full potential? Why are you holding yourself back? Oh, I'm scared to talk to a stranger. Are you really? Or are you holding yourself back from putting yourself out there and showing your full potential? Guys, that's what's going to get you to 80K to 200K. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, enough is enough. I used to do that so many times. Listen, like you said, we have bad days. You hit it right on the money. Ain't nobody perfect. You're supposed to have a bad day. So you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, what can I do better to change? What can I do better to change myself and my life to help others, inspire others? Because at the end of the day, that's all we do, guys. That's all we do. That's all we're here for, is to change your lives, inspire, give somebody an opportunity to live better, to feel better, to grow better, to succeed better, to excel better, to have a better life. That's what we're here for. Somebody introduce you, it's your chance to pay it forward to somebody else. Oh, I'm getting a no. It's okay. Go to the next person. Oh, I'm getting a no. Go to the next person. Keep going until somebody says yes. And when they do, circle back around to those that said no. Been doing it 5 years and I ain't stopped since. Actually, right now as I'm talking to you guys, I got a customer that's about to sign up her husband. 5 years the guy's been watching. 5 years he's been watching. So don't tell me, oh, people keep telling me no. 5 years, you ain't got to know in 5 years. I'm pretty sure you ain't got to know in 5 years. Why not keep pushing forward, guys? If you really want it bad enough, it should make you cry. You should get off this video right afterwards and say, how bad do I want this? And if you're not crying tears and it's not coming down your face, then that might be your answer right there. You're answering yourself. Because that's what it takes. When our team hit 200K, I couldn't stop crying. I'll never forget that feeling. October 30th, 2014. Hell, I can remember these dates over birthdays. Don't ask me what my wife's birthday is, because I have to really sit back and think about it. I can remember these days, and some of y'all are like, oh crap. No, I can remember these days. Why? Because these were the days that changed my life. These were the days that changed my life. The day I signed up, the day our team hit 200K, and of course, I'm gonna remember the day that we hit 1 million, our team does. Why? Because these are the days that changed my life, and I'll never forget that feeling when I got phone calls. I couldn't even pick up the phone because I looked right at my daughter, and she was excited. I think she was 2 years old, and she was jumping up and down on the chair as my wife's holding her. She jumped up and down the chair. She jumps off the chair and says, "We did it." Parents, I don't even know. When your kid can say we did it, meaning together, I don't even know. Like that feeling, I never forget for as long as I live, because I want other people to feel what I felt 5 years ago.
Oh my God, I can't even. As you were talking, I was thinking about that feeling when I first started in network marketing 8 years ago. And I was so tired of living the life I was living. And I remember I got to a meeting, like I almost quit, because the first two people I went to were my mom and my sister, and they thought I was nuts and wanted nothing to do with it. And I was like, well, if they don't want it, nobody's probably going to want it. Maybe I should quit this. But the girl that signed me was like, you've got to get to this meeting tonight. There's like 35 people in a VFW hall in Toledo, Ohio. And two of the people in that room were making like 20 grand plus a month. And I remember talking to them and thinking, oh my gosh, they're no different than me. If they did this, why can't I? And I remember leaving that day and never looking back, but having that feeling you're talking about of just, I didn't look left. I didn't look right. I didn't look up, and I kept my vision straight forward. I didn't care what anyone else said. I did things I never thought I could do in my life. You know what I mean? Stepping out of my comfort zone, because that's how clear it was and how I knew. Like, did you know? I knew that I knew that I knew that this was going to make me $1 million. I don't know how I knew. I just knew it. Like there was no other option. And every time I tell people that, I can't convey it strong enough, like how much I knew. It's like I didn't give any room for error. I feel like you were the same way.
Oh, I absolutely. Like when I think about this and this journey, even then, it's funny just talking to people that have met me 5 years ago, and now they're like, man, you've changed. Like you're so convicted on how this experience is. Absolutely. I didn't change because I believe in this product so much and this company that I know if you give it your all, you can accomplish whatever you set out to, guys. You can literally do whatever you want. And I know this. Like, it's not just, I'm sharing that with somebody. I'm like, I believe you can, or maybe you can. I know 110% with all my heart, if you go after something with this company, you can accomplish it. If you give it your all, you can accomplish it. And that's where the conviction lies. That's why I know with this Thrive experience and just sharing it, it's life-changing. And it's more than just the product. It's more than just the business. It is allowing people to be who they truly, genuinely are. And people say to me, fast forward 5 years, they're like, I see the change in you. And I'm like, I feel like I'm just getting started. You haven't seen nothing yet. Why? Because I want to inspire others. I want other people to reach the mountaintop, regardless if they're on my team or not. I want somebody to say, because of you, I never gave up. I kept seeing your positivity and your mindset. I knew that this was for me. And guys, there's nothing like this out there. There's no company like Lavelle. There's no product like the Thrive Experience. There's nothing like this community, this culture that we have, where you can learn from somebody else and sit back and say, you know what? This person doesn't get $1 from me and helping share with them, but they're willing to take time out because they want to see me excel and succeed. There's nobody, I don't see anything like that, guys. It doesn't exist. So therefore, you guys have this this opportunity in your hands. Take advantage of it. People are like, oh man, you know what? This is my year. Then make it your year. Because know what you have behind you. Know how deep into your heart you invest in this business and watch it shine.
So I've got like a couple questions for you. What would be I have a lot of people, and I know you probably get this too. I mean, I don't know who wouldn't, but I've got a lot of people that feel stuck right now. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing all the right things, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And my answer always is, you're not doing all the right things then. I mean, let's break this down and figure out what's missing. And it's growing your network, because a lot of these people on my team, they've been in this industry, for 4 or 5 years. And
Right.
so I think sometimes people, they get to a point where they're like, I don't know how to continue to grow my network. I don't know where to go from here. And I feel like I've hit a wall. You've had to have felt like that at some point in 5 years. I know I've felt like that so many times. I'm like, it's over. And then all of a sudden I sign a rock star like 6 months later. But you like have these moments of panic and you're wondering, is this it? Or you get shiny new object syndrome and you're like, maybe this company would be a better fit for me because so-and-so left and they're making blah, blah, blah already.
You know,
Like, give me some input on this.
that's a great, I'm so glad you said that. Honestly, I'm so, maybe I don't know. I don't believe I'm jaded. I'm so like, I feel like this is the best company in the world. Like I don't think of myself being jaded or products. Like I've been a trainer for 11 years, guys, still am a trainer. I know supplementation. Like I probably try more products than anybody on this Zoom combined. Give or take, no lie, I'm not even exaggerating, because being a trainer, you have to learn products, what's on the market, and sell it. Yet, to me, knowing, I don't look at the shiny object syndrome, because at the end of the day, you have to do one thing regardless. I don't care if it's a brand new company. I don't care if your best friend moved over and they're making money. You have to do one thing that people stop doing, and it's work. You got to show up. You can't just grow up without showing up. And that's what people, it's in the mindset of they see something else. Oh, yeah, great. It's much easier to go here, there, and then grow. You still got to show up. You still got to play in the game. It is a game. It's a game of life. But this industry is one big game, and how you play it is up to you. If things are changing, you're stuck. Are you still doing the same thing from 4 years ago? Network marketing's changing. Social media is changing. Hell, even Facebook's going to change. I read an article today that says Facebook's eventually going to cut off their news feed. What are people going to do then if Facebook cut off their news feed? What are people going to do then if they cut off their news feed? How would you promote? I can tell you how. They're not going to stop the videos. They're not going to stop the lives. They want you to do more lives. I'm scared, Erin. Well, get unscared. Get out of your own way. Stop telling yourself, I can't do this. That's what's going to allow you to be able to grow. Look at what you are not doing as opposed to what you feel you are doing, because everybody can always continue to excel. There's no perfection in this business. If somebody tells you they perfected everything, they're lying to you. There's no perfection in this business. Hell, I know when I email somebody, I'm like, man, my email game is terrible. But I still keep working on it. I know when I'm speaking to somebody, sometimes I might speak and I might speak too fast. My approach sometimes is terrible. I'm still working on it. It is not something that you can master and perfect, because there is no perfection in this business. So ask yourself, what are you not doing? Write down a list of what you're not doing. Don't write what you are doing. Write what you're not doing. And then sit down and say to yourself, okay, I'm not doing lives. I'm not consistent with my posts. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not learning other social media outlets. I'm not even on LinkedIn. Think about it, guys. I'm not talking to people face to face. I don't even try to even bother talking to people face to face. It scares the hell out of me. I'm not even going to bother with it. If Facebook shut down today, how would you grow your business? What would you do? You'd have to talk to people, right? So think about it for a second there. Wednesday freaked everybody out. Wednesday freaked everybody out. But think about for a second, if it did shut down or they no longer allowed you to post on the newsfeed, what are you going to do then? You got to learn something else. Why not learn what you're not, look at what you're not doing right now and say to yourself, am I doing everything? Chances are you're going to probably say nope. Then write down what you're not doing and work on that. But I'm going to share something with you. It's called strengths and weaknesses, guys. Don't just forget about your strengths, but focus on your weaknesses. As a trainer, I share this with my clients. Oh, you got strong legs. That's good. Let's work on your upper body as well. I don't care if you got strong legs. Same thing applies. If you're strong in photos, you're strong in Facebook posts, you're strong on pictures, but you're weak on lives, Work on those lives, but continue excelling in your strengths. That's how you're going to grow. That's how you're going to get out of being stuck. But you got to be willing to work on that, guys. If you're not willing to work on that, chances are you're not going to be able to get past that stuff. It's not, oh, man, I hit a wall all of a sudden. I can't grow. Let me tell you something right now, guys, and I'm not even trying to say this to brag anything. My PPA is at 23. Last month, it was at like 7. How is it that I'm still doing that 5 years later? Why? Because I'm still working on stuff that I was weak at. Hell, I was weak on Instagram. Then I saw Natasha killing, and I'm like, hell, Natasha killing on Instagram. I need to kill on Instagram too. Now I'm all of a sudden getting people from Instagram messaging me. I'm like, cool, let's go. Guys, that was my weakness. I still was on Facebook, but now I'm on Instagram now. You see where I'm going with that? Whatever your weakness is, work on it, but still focus on your strength. Don't take that away. Don't ever just rely on your weakness, but everyone has a weakness. We all have them. So if you're scared to talk to somebody face to face, work on that. I do it all the time. I'm going to share with you a simple trick on what I do. Hey, how's it going? How's your day going? Man, that's it. That is the easiest thing, guys. It is so easy. Some of y'all freak out. Let me tell you something. I teach my kids this. I teach my kids how to talk to a stranger. You know why? Because I don't want them to be shelled up. I don't want them to be in a bubble. And so when I teach my kids, when somebody talks to you, say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. But you talk right back and speak with confidence. Because if you don't, in 5 or 10 years from now, you're going to be scared to talk to somebody. I don't want that. I don't want that. So guys, same thing applies with you. Reach out to them, get past your fear, and just talk to somebody. Hey, how's it going? If somebody's wearing your favorite a hat you like, hey, where'd you get that hat at? Girl, that perfume smells good. Where'd you buy it? What is that? Hell, I don't even know. This morning I did it. Somebody had perfume. I'm like, who stinks with perfume? And they all laugh because I'm like, we're working out. Why you got perfume on? But it was just to break an icebreaker. At the end of the day, I just want to get my foot through the door. I don't care what we talk about. Oh, you got that cool Walking Dead shirt on. Great. What season are you? I don't care, guys. It's a matter of breaking that icebreaker. You know what I love doing when I see people in the gym? If they have a Monster drink and they walk around like this with their Monster drink, I go up to them and I'm like, man, how's that drink working for you? I don't even know them. They're like, who the hell is this guy over here? How's that drink working for you? That's all right. How many of those you have a day? About 3. Man, let me tell you, I got something even better than that. There it is right there, guys. Just do it. Just try it. See what happens. You don't know unless you try, right? So if you're scared to talk to people, there's your opening right through there. If you're scared to click that live button, just go ahead and click it. You ain't going to die. If you're scared to share with more than 10 people, share with 20 people at the end of the day. See what happens. Get outside of your comfort zone and go focus on those weaknesses. That's what's going to get you past your wall that you feel like you have. Because honestly, the only wall that you have is right here. It's right here, guys. There ain't no other wall. There ain't no wall in front of you that's stopping you from your success. It's only
when you were talking, I was just thinking, I don't think, and I'm just going to like throw this out there and be really real. I don't think you'll ever go as far as you can go in this business unless you can get good at I'm not going to say be best at everything, but you got to be willing to do it all. Like until you get those pieces of the puzzle there. And as you were talking, I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm not on Pinterest. I don't work Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got to do all this stuff. Maybe that's why my PPA is not 23. But I'm like sitting here thinking about the fact that like literally maybe you might go 200K. Everybody here, maybe you might go 200K. But do you want to be a millionaire 3, 4, 5 times over? Then you've got to do more. You've got to get over whatever this fear you have of asking somebody how their day is. Making that connection. I remember the first time I like started doing that. I felt so stupid and I would throw up on people, oh, this is what it is. And this is all the ingredients. This is everything that it does. And it's like, I was killing it. And I was wondering why, and then you get better, right? You learn that worked. Wait, that person just responded. What did I just do? Okay, I need to do that again. And it's going to be scary. Like there ain't nothing in this life that I have done that if it was worth anything, it wasn't scary to start. It really wasn't. And when I think about that, I'm like, you've got to constantly push yourself out of your comfort zone, and you've got to be okay in all areas. Like be okay with the expos and events. Be okay with talking people out and about. Get good on Instagram, Facebook, like broaden your horizons. That's the biggest thing when people tell me they don't want to go live. I'm like, dude, go live and do it private. You can go live just to yourself on Facebook and practice, and then once you feel one's good, then change that privacy to public, and now ever the world gets to see it. I mean, there are so many things, but you hit the nail on the head really for me when you said the only, you're creating your own walls. There's always another step. There's always something you're not doing. And so for all of you guys on here, one of the things I always say is, make a list of your perfect promoter. Like if you were going to sign somebody today, be specific and tell me everything about them, what their personality is like, what they're good at, how many people they know, like get specific. And then when you're done making that list, go down that list and ask yourself, am I being all these things? Because you're going to be able to see real quick what you're not doing. You're going to go, hey, I'm not doing that. I ain't that. I know for sure I have not had, I'm excited, but I need to be more excited. Like, Erin, you're crazy and you're so excited, but it's making me go, man, this is the energy that I've been missing the last couple of weeks. I've got it back just from this Zoom. And I love what you said about how in the beginning you got on with everybody, because every waking second I'm on a call. I'm getting on somebody else's call. I want to learn from other people. I want to know what they're doing. And if I don't ever get jealous. I get I want to know what that person's doing, and I'm going to start doing that too. I'm copying. I'm the biggest copycat on the planet, and I'm not ashamed to admit that.
No, I'm glad you said that, Lisa. You hit right on the money. One thing I will tell you guys is never, and I can't preach this enough, never compare your journey to anybody else's. I've watched hundreds of people hit millionaire status before me. Hundreds, guys. I got 1 or 2 or 10 that's come on board after me and hit that status. I celebrate them because I know my time is eventually coming. I don't look at somebody else and say, oh, man, how did you hit this? Or how did you hit that? Oh, man, whatever, man. Whatever. I'm not even going to pay. No, I'm sitting there what'd you do? I want to know, because knowledge is power. And the more knowledge you have, the more power you're going to have. And learn and continue, keep learning. Don't stop learning. I learn from anyone. If I can learn from somebody, I'm going to learn from them. I sit down with notes and write, and I'm like, man, that's awesome. Never thought about that. Get to steal that. Go ahead and take that. Guys, because at the end of the day, the moment you steal something from somebody else that they're doing, that is the ultimate compliment for them. They worked on it. You stole it. It is okay. They're not going to be mad at you. They're going to be like, thank you, because I'm helping inspire other people, whether it benefits me or not. So don't compare yourself. If you see somebody else killing it, celebrate them. Don't get discouraged by them. Celebrate their success and know my time is coming. I'm going to learn what they're doing. Let me tell you something. 5 years ago, I did this a long time because we didn't have Zooms and calls like this. I would literally reach out to people and be like, hey, Mike Page, I know you don't know me. You're the only 200K guy in LaBelle. Share with me what you're doing. Hey, Rodney Forrester, I know you don't know me, but hey, can you give me 5 minutes of your time? Guys, I didn't care. I was like, I want to grow. I want to learn. Be that sponge. Now we have this, of course, and the technology where other leaders are sharing with others and helping each other. 5 years ago, I did not have that. And I did whatever it took to go where I wanted to go by any means necessary. And I was willing to get outside of my comfort zone, make myself look foolish, but I got it done, guys. Why can't you? Do it. Reach out to people. I know I see some questions in here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I saw some questions too. Let's see if we can get some of them.
Okay, all right. So Wendy asked a great question. How do you overcome the challenge when you feel like you're signing a rock star, then they don't become rich instantly and they fade off? Here's the deal. I look at everybody the same way. Somebody can I could sign somebody up and they could come from another company and have 5 gazillion people on their team. You're the same person that just had no experience in network marketing, because I have this show me mentality. Show me. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do. And I don't set my expectations up that high, because if I did, then everybody's going to fail. And if everybody fails, then I fail. Because at the end of the day, when you set your expectations high for somebody, Wendy, what ends up happening, if they quit or fade out, guess what happens to you? You're going to quit and fade off. And that's a terrible feeling. And you're not doing it because you wanted to quit. You're doing it because you allowed them to bring you to their level where they were really going to go. So you put yourself in their level, because they told you they had these high expectations. I'm gonna hit 200K in 1 week. No. They told you they were gonna hit 200K in 2 months. Nope. And they quit and they fade off. You went to their level because they gave you the expectations instead of showing you what they were gonna do. So don't ever do that. Whatever you do, guys, do not ever do that. Don't look at everybody the same way. Cause look at me. I was just a guy with no experience and if somebody looked at me and like, he ain't never going to make nothing out of it. He has no clue how to do this. Imagine that. So guys, don't look at everybody the same way. Everybody's a rock star or everybody's on the same playing field. Don't set somebody else's expectations up without them showing you first. Because the ones who want it the most are going to be the ones who are the most are the most quiet. They're not going to say nothing. They're going to show you. Because actions are always going to speak louder than words. I say it to my kids all the time. Actions speak louder than words. Show me. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do. And I say that to the brand new promoter. I don't want to hear, I'm going to be, oh man, I'm going to do all this for you and I'm going to hit these top ranks. I don't want to hear that. I want you to show me what you want by your actions. Because at the end of the day, actions are always going to produce results. Nothing else. Words ain't going to produce it.
Oh my gosh. Amen. I was just, you know how many people come in? I'm going to kill this. And then nothing. It's like you learn over time. Exactly. I have no expectation when I sign somebody. It's you set your goal. Tell me what you want. Let's go run for it. They either start or they don't, and it's like, I get a lot of people asking me, well, when is that time that I give up on someone? And I'm like, I never give up on anyone. You know what? I'm ready when you're ready. But there is a point where I'm going to be like, look, I'm not your boss or your manager. I feel like at this point I want it more than you do. And I'm driving you nuts. So how about you just let me know when you're ready? I'm here and I'm ready to do it with you. But I'm not going to be messaging you every day like this and like a bother. And I think that you have to get to that point, and where a lot of people get stuck is they'll sign people and then they're like just so focused on those people that they stop recruiting. And then they're wondering, why aren't these people doing what they said they were going to do? And it's like this vicious cycle when you've got to constantly be planting those seeds, recruiting. You got to be able to do it all. You can't just stop with what you have and think that's the bank, because I'm looking at my business going, man, I've got legs that got me to 200K that aren't even in my business anymore. Like, it's crazy though, right?
You know what somebody said to me 5 years ago, and to me is the best saying somebody said to me. The person who's going to get you to 200K is not even on your team yet. And when I heard that, I was like, nah, that's not true. There's no way that can be true. What that means, guys, is they're out there. You just have to find them. You just have to put yourself out there to find them. The person or people who are going to get you where you want to go are not even on your team yet. What that means is you cannot stay where you're at and say, oh, I'm going to grow. No, because you need to inspire more people and change more people's lives and recruit more and prospect more and bring more people on, because they're out there waiting for you. Guys, I have to share this with you because this is something that I need to get off my chest. Think about it. Before we started this journey, if your journey started a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, most of us were praying for help, for change. I know I was. 5 years ago, on my knees praying, God, please help me. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know where it's at, but help me. Show me a way. Give me something I need. I don't know what it is I need, but I need change. I was praying 5 years ago, guys. There's somebody out there right now praying they need change. There's somebody out there right now that needs your change. And here's the deal. It's up to you to be that messenger. Somebody was a messenger for me 5 years ago, and that prayer was answered in an unfamiliar package. You ever seen that post that Paul did? That prayer is answered in an unfamiliar package, guys. Somebody right now is praying at their job. I can't do this no more. I don't want to do this no more. I'm sick and tired of this. I can't pick my kids up. And they need you to be the messenger to change their life. You have to do it. You have to do it, guys.
Oh my God.
Lisa, can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to say, does anybody have any questions before we let Erin go? Like,
I try so hard to let Erin talk, but I've literally, since I started, been following you. Like Lisa said, I'm like totally your stalker. But I love you, and I've not ever with any motivational, no one, like I'm crying right now and I have chills all over my body. Like that doesn't happen. No one's done that to me ever. But you just, like, your last comment totally hit home. Like, I don't have words other than what I just said. Thank you. I needed this Zoom and to hear from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Does anybody add? That's so awesome, Ashley. And she's so amazing, Erin. Anybody on that has like a burning, dying question Ask it now.
I have one. Hey, Erin.
What's up?
So, literally, a week ago, we had a quick private conversation that you're like, man, I don't think I'm going to reach this goal. I just don't think we're going to hit it as a team, right? Remember that? You're like, I'm 8 weeks out. That's past the deadline. I want you just to share with people that right there of you had this goal that you just really didn't see how it was going to happen, but you chiseled it off.
You know, I that's a great question. So the goal, of course, is the millionaire, guys. I mean, I try not to, I think about it all the time, but I try not to speak on it because I do get emotional. I mean, I get really emotional because, I mean, I have the pictures behind are of my mom and my brothers. One of my brothers passed away. So I get real emotional when I think about what my mother did for us to get out of our situation. And it's more, I think about the millionaire status more for her because of how we grew up and a single mom raising 3 kids on her own and going through the welfare, going through the system and seeing my brothers in and out of prison and seeing, you know, what she went through. I do it for her. Like my mom has no idea what I do, guys. None. Never heard me speak. I send her magazines. She's no clue. And so when I think about the millionaire status, I think the day it happens, I want to call her and say, Mom, because of you, I'm a millionaire. And see that, I'm trying not to get emotional. To me, it's bigger than a number. And so when I spoke to Natasha, I was like, man, I just don't see it happening. I spoke to so many people and they're like, the one person that doesn't see something happening is not you. You're not that person. Just believe in it with all your heart. It's going to happen. Just keep grinding, work hard to do what you got to do. And sure enough, guys, like it's going to happen way before the time comes because it's into fruition. It's been put out there. I'm not stopping until it happens. And then it's not that I'm just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my mother. I'm doing it for our team. I'm doing it for those who said I couldn't do it. I'm doing it for those who said you're never going to succeed in life. That's who I'm doing it for because I'm glad you told me I couldn't do something. I'm glad you said this wasn't going to work. I'm glad you said no to me because I want to show you, I want to prove you wrong, but I had to prove myself wrong. So when I spoke to Natasha, Natasha said, 8 weeks, you got this, you can do this. I was like, you know what? She's right. That's the lie. I mean, think about it. If you want something bad enough, guys, you can do it, and you got to believe in yourself. And when I think about that millionaire status, it's not just an award. It's something I could take back and say, Mom, because of you never give it up, this happened. And she might not know. She's probably not going to know until, like, when it happens, but she's going to hear it in my voice and say, Mom, because you never stopped trying for us as kids, it transpired over to me as an adult because of what you showed me. And guess what? Your son's a millionaire now because of you. So mothers, dads listening, because of you, you inspire your kids. You don't know it. You might not see it now because they're babies. But when it happens, that's how we close the gap because I stopped believing in it. I didn't stop believing. I go and I think about it. Every time Tuesday comes around, I'm like, it's getting close. I'm not stopping until it happens. That's how the PPA went from 7 to 23 because I'm not stopping until it happens. I reach out to my team like, guys, I can't do this by myself. I need you. And they're rallying back like, you're getting on that stage. We're putting you on that stage. We don't care, Erin. You're getting on that stage. You deserve to be on that stage because we know how hard you work for this. We know what you do for the team. So, guys, at the end of the day, you just got to just believe in yourself and believe your worth. And that's what I've done. And I continue to do because I know I'm doing it for somebody bigger. I'm doing it for somebody that means the world to me. That's my mom. I'm doing it for somebody that means the world to me. It's my family, my kids. Because when it happens, it was for them. And because I didn't stop believing in myself and I had other people believe in me. So there's somebody here, your upline, your sideline, your downline that believes in you so much. And when you feel like it's not going to happen, like I reached out to Natasha, so I just don't think it's going to happen. I believe in you, Erin. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. How sure it can be, it's happening because somebody else believed in me. So never stop believing in yourself. And when you feel like you're not believing in yourself, there's going to be somebody else that believes in you guys. And I can guarantee you're going to make it happen. So when it does happen, you know that you earned that you are worth your worth. So Oh,
Man, Erin, you are absolutely so inspiring, so incredible. Um, every single week we do this call on Tuesday, and one of the things I always say is happy payday, happy Tuesday. And I'm saying it today, happy payday, because this Zoom was better than any payday we all could have gotten. Like, there isn't a big enough check. It's just how you speak and the passion in your voice, and it's so real. It's not, you can tell there's not one little bit of fake bone in your body. You are just such a true, inspiring, inspirational person. I want to ask you one more question, because I'm a reader. I love to listen to audibles. I'm a podcast person. I can't get enough self-development. And I have a feeling, I mean, if this Lavelle gig don't work out for you, you definitely can do motivational speaking. I will pay a bunch of money for one of your tickets. But I would love to know what do you do to get your inspiration? Like, who do you listen to? Favorite books, just anything.
I'm reading right now, guys. I read religiously. I learned that from another amazing 200K Lavelle. She said, if you're not reading, you're not growing. I don't care how much your paychecks are, you're not growing mental-wise, and it's bigger than this business. So right now I'm reading This Is Marketing by Seth Godin, I believe his last name is. I just finished reading High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. I just finished that book. It was an amazing book. This one I'm reading now is an awesome book. My biggest inspirational speaker is Eric Thomas, hands down. Actually, I'm gonna be buying his ticket when we get paid tomorrow. I'm gonna buy his tickets. He's coming to Dallas next month. I met him in person, and I just shook his hand. I gave him a big hug, and I said, you changed my life. You don't even know. I know you don't know me. You're not gonna remember me, but I'm gonna remember this moment. Because just listening to him, he came from nothing. He came sleeping in his car. I slept in my car. He was homeless. I wasn't homeless for more than 2 days, guys. I know I have a crazy story. I lived in a bad life, in a bad environment. I was in Iraq. I was in Kuwait. I worked with the soldiers. I struggled. I've been there, done that. So when I hear him speak, he speaks with passion. And to me, that's what inspires me. So that's one of my favorite motivational speakers. If you don't know who Eric Thomas is, go ahead and YouTube him. When you hear him, you're gonna be like, I see now where Erin's passion comes from. I speak from that side of passion because I heard him and I listened to him. I actually literally every single morning, and I'm gonna share this with you guys, my final tip. Every single morning, I listen to a motivational video, and I don't pick and choose only Eric Thomas. I love Les Brown, Joel Osteen, you name it. All these, even a lot of pastors. I love listening to something that's going to fuel my soul. But what I do is I Google motivational. I mean, not Google, YouTube motivational videos, and whatever comes up, I let God show me what I need to hear. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but I let God tell me what I need to hear. I don't even worry about what comes up because it could be something that I need to hear that day, that message that's going to help me change somebody else's life. So that's exactly what I do. Every single morning, I YouTube motivational videos, and whatever comes up, I click it and go on from there. I don't care if I heard the message 10 times. It's because I'm supposed to hear that message the 11th time for it to stick and say, stop making excuses and push yourself to do more.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited today. I cannot wait to get out there and just go talk to some strangers. You got me so. I want to thank you so much. You are so right. I was in one other company before Lavelle, and I could never get a lead. Nobody else would have gotten on a phone with my team. I mean, they would have been like, I don't know, I don't make money off those people. It was few and far between, few of us that did it, that would talk to anybody. And that's the one thing every single 200K I've reached out to so far, and Lavelle has said, sure, absolutely. And none of them have been on my team so far this year. So it's just exciting to be a part of that. And I know we're in the right place at the right time. I am so excited for what's to come, and just to soak more vibes off of leaders like you. It's just, you are one of the most encouraging people I think I've ever met. So I totally get what Ashley was saying. You're addicting to listen to. But I just want to thank you so much. You have no idea how many lives you just changed today on this team. I know there's so many people that can't wait to get out there and crush it today or for the rest of their lives. Hopefully they're motivated forever by these speeches. But I want you to know that if you ever need anything, reach out. I'm more than happy to do whatever. I owe you one. And I just want to thank you again, Erin. You're amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate your team. And I really hope you guys just go for what you deserve. That's if I could inspire you guys and make you guys push yourself to your full potential, please do. And when you feel like this is not working, I feel like giving up, reach out and reach up and say, hey, why am I still doing this? Remember why you started in the first place. Never forget why you started in the first place. That's when it's going to guide you and going to motivate you and going to keep pushing you forward. You guys all deserve this life. You guys deserve to live your very best life and show the world what God created. Show the world what you're capable of. That's all I got.
Oh my God. You had a lot. We took all you got. I thank you so much again. And I cannot wait to get this recording out. This is one of those ones that we just got to get out to the entire team because it's just too good to keep with just us. Thank you so much again, Erin. And thank all of you guys for hopping on this amazing Monday. I hope this just made the best start to your week. I know it did for me. And we will talk to you guys next week, next Tuesday. New leader, new stories. I'm just super excited. Thank you so much again, Erin.
All right. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.